One thing politicians of all flavours do when their back is against the wall is try and deflect attention away from themselves by blaming someone else. Well, it would appear, in the news at least, that Sadiq Khan is turning round and pushing a lot of the blame for the current situation onto Boris. Yes, Boris Johnson. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing alright. I'm not too bad, not too bad. Nearly at the weekend. Let me know what you're up to in the comments and what plans you've got for Saturday and Sunday when it gets here. I think I've got a day off. Hey! Yeah, well, Sadiq Khan, he's blaming Boris for all the troubles in London. Oh, it's all your fault, Bojo. So listen up, sort yourself out. We are, of course, referring to low traffic neighbourhoods in this particular example. Howard Cox has been on the TV and the radio and everything talking about these and what a disaster they are, and hopefully if he gets in they'll all be scrapped. We know low traffic neighbourhoods, basically you've got bollards and planters at the end of a road stopping people from driving down them. And, you know, what they called rat runs in the old days, shortcuts through different London streets, you now can't do it. Now, I saw a very disturbing piece of video footage, which I'll show you right now. Okay, this is a disabled individual in the back of a taxi. You can see the chair with equipment there. It's quite obvious. I mean, look at this.
There we go. And this is just because we are not allowed to use this school street here. Yes, after 3 o'clock, it's outrageous how you've got to go down this. Shocking.
I would suggest in that example, the less time spent in a car travelling from A to B, the better. And because they can't go down that particular low traffic neighbourhood area, it's a longer car journey all around the houses. Absolutely disgraceful in that instance. Seems to be no quarter given to disabled people either. Well, back to the plot. He's basically blaming Boris for this whole thing and saying he came up with it. Well, there's a couple of articles that I leave you in the description underneath, looking at both sides of the argument. I mean, this one, Boris Johnson is the root cause of badly implemented low traffic neighbourhoods, Sadiq Khan has claimed, as he admitted that some have displaced traffic and caused more congestion. We've seen that in that particular example. Well, the RAC have come up with a very lengthy and very detailed article about, you know, the true nature of LTNs, and I want to draw your particular attention to this one. Initially, the low traffic neighbourhood scheme was introduced by London Mayor Sadiq Khan in early 2020, following £250 million in government funding. Khan's plan was to make London a healthier, safer, more inclusive, cleaner and greener city. I mean, that ties in with the C40 agenda, I would suggest, and make 80% of all trips by active or sustainable modes by 2041. They are all funded by the Department for Transport. Following their introduction, Bristol and Oxford introduced their own low traffic neighbourhoods. More cities such as Manchester, Birmingham, Sheffield have applied for funding from DFT to introduce their own schemes. Now, there's a slight out-of-date piece of information there in that government's talking about no longer funding these things. If you want to do them, fund them yourself. That's the approach they're taking. But the key thing is, it's blame deflection the whole time. You know, he claimed that councils were given this funding and they overzealously put all these things in. But according to the information, when you Google it and look everywhere else, it's not Boris. It's Sadiq. Let me know what you think of all this in the comments below. I personally can't wait till the mayor elections and hopefully he'll be out in his ear. But that's down to London, not me. I'm off. I'll see you shortly with one more. Toodaloo.